See, corruption in Kenya has, a long history spanning from the time or the era of the first president, that is Kenyatta Senior, and of course, subsequently worsening to that era of the Kenyatta Junior, and now to that era of who was once his deputy, that is President William Samoei Ruto. So tonight, we want to look at the question of graft right here in the country, just looking at some of the reports that we have received, reports that really do not show anything that is quite promising, in as much as maybe we might not shout so much so about the cases of corruption that are happening right here in the public sector as well as the private sector. We'll be having an official from the EACC to just give us the numbers and tell us whether we have reason to smile or whether we have reason to question ourselves as a people. Welcome on board. That is what we'll be discussing. That is on To The Point. But before we get to that level, it's very, very important that we are aware of what is happening in the world of the news. And here are the highlights. Tonight, EPRA reduces fuel prices by up to 18 shillings in this month's review. And Azimio luminaries now want the agriculture CS Mithika Linturi to resign over fake fertilizer scandal. Also tonight, more agony for patients as government gives doctors 14 days to comply or face the music. Welcome to TV47 Weekend Edition. It begins right now. My name is Linda Alela, with the help of our sign language interpreter, none other than Catherine Simaloi. And as always, the lines are open for you to speak with us. The hashtag, as always, is TV47 Weekend Edition and To The Point. And I'll be sampling some of your comments as we continue. Now, following a reduction of petrol pump prices, the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, says that effective midnight, the prices of petrol is expected, or the price of petrol is expected to drop significantly in what the authority says is a step ahead in reducing the cost of living. The changes announced today are expected to take effect as from midnight. This, as Ann Odida details.
A few hours before the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority EPRA released a review of the fuel prices, President William Ruto via Nyeri hinted that the country would witness a significant drop in the price of fuel.
Leo ile bei ya unga ilikuwa 200, saa hii inakaribia 100. Dola ilikuwa imefika 160, saa hii iko hapa 120 something. Na bado mafuta ndio ile ilikuwa pale, mumeona hata leo imeanguka na shilingi 10 just today. Because we are making the right decisions. We are not making popular decisions.
EPRA, as it is the norm for every 14th day of the month, says that super petrol, diesel and kerosene prices will go down by 5 shillings and 30 cents, 10 shillings and 18 shillings 68 cents per litre respectively, a drop that has been attributed to a decline in the landed cost of super petrol, diesel and kerosene.
This will see the product retailing at 193 shillings and 84 cents, 180 shillings and 38 cents, and 170 shillings and 6 cents respectively. Over the last 2 months, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen significant reductions in the cost of petroleum products in the country, where we have seen a reduction of approximately 8% at the pump, which translates to about 15 shillings per litre, and 12% for diesel, which accounts to about 23 shillings per litre.
In the country's capital, super petrol will retail at 193 shillings 84 cents, diesel at 180 shillings 38 cents, and kerosene at 170 shillings 6 cents. Mombasa residents will purchase super petrol at 190 shillings shillings 66 cents, diesel at 177 shillings 21 cents, and kerosene at 166 shillings 99 cents. Whereas in Nakuru County, the price of fuel will retail at 192 shillings 90 cents for super petrol, diesel at 179 shillings 82 cents, and kerosene at 169 shillings 56 cents. In Aldra, super petrol, diesel, and kerosene will now retail at 193 shillings 67 cents, 180 shillings 59 cents, and 170 shillings 32 cents respectively. Similarly, in Kisumu County, super petrol, diesel, and kerosene will be priced at 193 shillings 66 cents, 180 shillings 59 cents, and 170 shillings 31 cents respectively. The new prices will take effect at midnight April 14 through to midnight May 14, 2024. EPRA says that for the remainder part of the year, the country is likely to see stable prices for electricity and petrol if the prevailing rains and the macroeconomic environment holds. Ann Odida, TV47.
Well, in the same breath, Kenyans have exhibited mixed reactions regarding the move by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, to reduce fuel prices effective midnight, with a section requesting the government to take more steps in reducing the cost of living. Let's listen in.
Nataka kuchezi kazi nianze kazi ingine. Juu bei ya mafuta kwenye venye imetupeleka sijaiona ikiwa hapo. Mimi nimetoka Nakuru, niko naweka 500 hapa tu the ndego inafikisha mpaka Nakuru. Sasa kufika Nakuru lazima ukue na 2000 ndio uweke mafuta ikufikishe Nakuru. Sasa na kazi bado kama ni customer venye unabeba kutoka hiyo time wanataka tu kulipa the same price. So kwenye nimefika hata hata nashindwa ni biashara nyingine nitaanza ama ni gani.
Imekuwa ngumu, hata wananchi ukiwachaji pesa mingi hawana pesa, uchumi iko chini sana. Sasa tunasema ni sawa kama imeshuka, lakini tunaomba ashukishe zaidi, at least maisha yaendelee na kushuka, sababu hii biashara tuweze kuinua na tusaidie watoto wetu.
Historia ya mafuta mimi imenibamba kuanguka. Na mimi pia naomba tu serikali iende tu ikishuka, iache kushuka na pesa kidogo. Wakiongezea waliongezea na mingi. Mbona wasishukishe na mingi? So venye kunaenda mimi naona kukopoa tu kabisa. At least hata sisi kazi yetu ilikuwa imerudi chini. Lakini sasa hii tunaona venye mafuta tu inashuka, customer tu anaenda akikuja. Juu mafuta ilipanda na sisi tukaongezea bei. So sasa hii tunabambika tu sana.
Now, a section of leaders drawn from Azimio have pointed out fingers at the President, William Ruto, for not taking a stern action against the Agriculture CS, Mithika Linturi. The leaders, led by Githunguri Member of Parliament, Gathoni Wamushomba, and Bumula Member of Parliament, Wamboka Wanami, have also criticized the Kenya Kwanza regime for what they term as unfulfilled promises. This, Azwanji Sustin, tells us more.
After Kel's fertilizer factory in Thika Town, Kiambu County was closed for allegedly selling fake fertilizers, the issue continues to stir up anger among citizens and leaders. The Team Ground movement led by Githunguri MP Gathoni Wamushomba, flanked by Bumula MP Wamboka Wanami, have criticized President William Ruto regime for turning a blind eye on the issue, asking him to send the embattled Agriculture CS Mithika Linturi packing.
Maneno ya story imeisha. Yule mama ambaye alisainia President William Ruto makaratasi yake ili apatiwe tikiti ya chama ya UDA asimame kama rais, ni vota wangu kule Githunguri.
Tunataka kusaidia Rais Ruto kwa sababu umeshindwa. Huyu mtu alikuwa kwa akalete sukari gushi ukamwacha. Sasa saa hii mbolea anaangamiza. We are a farming nation.
Wakati Felix Kosgei ambao ndio head of public service, siye mwenyewe alikanyaga kando. Leo rais tangaza waziri yoyote amefanyika na makosa, kanyaga nini?
Serikali ya William Ruto, if you are not dealing with Mithika Linturi, it means you as the president are part of the scheme to swindle and defraud Kenyans of their hard-earned money.
Hatutasikia tena uongo zake hizo. Hiyo fertilizer alijua.
Speaking at Hasoko village in Bumula constituency during distribution of cows to a group of widowed old women, they have maintained their position that the cabinet secretary for agriculture, Mithika Linturi, must be impeached.
Na hiyo imekuwa trend. Sukari ikakuwa gushi, mafuta ikakuwa gushi, sasa mbolea ni gushi. Na ndio mimi nimeweka mswada bungeni, nikisaidiwa na hao wabunge wenzangu, ya kumfukuza Mithika Linturi kama serikali, kama waziri wa agriculture. Mwakubali Mithika aende?
Kwetu tumekataa na tumesema Linturi, minister wa agriculture, lazima aende nyumbani.
Aliletea maseneta hiyo fertilizer ati wanuse wasikie kama ni mzuri. Yaani nchi zingine duniani wanatumia machine ya kupima kama fertilizer iko sawa. Lakini sisi hapa Kenya ati tunatumia smell technology.
Elsewhere, Gatanga Member of Parliament Edward Morio and former Member of Parliament Peter Kenneth, speaking at a funeral in Murang'a County, they have demanded that the perpetrators of fake fertilizers be taken to strict legal action.
We have enough investigative bodies, the CID, the EACC, and I urge the government so at least we do not sabotage. The people who want to sabotage that government program are caught and that issue is brought to an end.
If there is fake fertilizer and it has been proven, those responsible to take responsibility and pave way for others. You cannot deceive subsistence and small-scale farmers with fake fertilizer.
On the other hand, a section of members of parliament led by the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula have asked President Ruto not to turn a blind eye to individuals who have been involved in the fake fertilizer scandal, as farmers across the country are now counting losses.
Must be treated as economic saboteurs. They are committing economic crimes. Na wakipatikana, they must face the full force of the law, regardless of their status.
Naomba Mheshimiwa Rais anawe mikono kama Pilato, awaachilie watu waende nyumbani.
However, this group has criticized the MPs who have abandoned their duties to defend the common mwananchi and instead defend President William Ruto. Wanji Sostin, TV47, Bungoma.
Now, with the doctor strike, and that is in the country, entering day 33, the government has given 14-day deadline for the intern doctors to report to work or face the music. The government now says that the interns are now on the brink of being denied medical licenses, which are given once they complete their education in medical colleges, as our very own Isaac Famba reports.
Sharp rift have continued to emerge over the ongoing doctor strike that have paralyzed services in public health sector. The government, through the Minister of Health, has now appeared to throw an arrow direct to the medical intern doctors who have been required to start medical services in all hospitals in the country. Speaking today in Saboti, Trans Nzoia County Health Principal Secretary Harry Kimtai has urged the intern doctors to report to work immediately to avoid that punishment.
Na kama wewe ni mzazi ambaye umeshughulikia mtoto wako university akawa doctor, tunaomba kwamba uwajulishe waende sehemu ambazo tumewatangazia. Wasipoenda baada ya siku 14, basi huyo ni ule amekubali kwa hiari yake kwamba hataki kuendelea na mambo ya kujifunza ya udaktari. Kwa sababu ni ya muhimu sana afunzo aende afanye ile inaitwa practicals. Akae mwaka moja ndiposa atapewa leseni. Bila hiyo itakuwa vigumu sana kupewa leseni.
This happens while pressure is being given by political leaders including MPs, senators and governors for the doctors to return to the hospital to help the patient who are currently suffering.
Wakenya wamelia na tumelia na tunawaomba kwamba wacha turejee. You have made your point. Jumanne hii Tuesday tuko na mkutano ile inaitwa Council of Governors pia kuchangia na kuzungumzia masuala haya. Nataka niwaombe kuungana na viongozi wengine kuwaomba kwa heshima turejee, watu wetu wasije wakafa.
Please, our doctors. Watu wanakufa wengi sana in Kenya because you have chosen now to look for what it means by the wallet. I want your advice.
Also, the doctors have been asked to consider the current economic situation of the country since the nation is faced with economic challenges.
Serikali imezungumza na imesema tumesikia malilio yenu, lakini ukweli ni kwamba pahali Kenya iko kwa sasa hatuwezi kalipa daktari ambaye bado ni mwanafunzi shilingi 1,200. Hata katika nchi zingine, na si hapa Kenya peke yake, hata katika nchi zingine zote barani Afrika, hakuna nchi, hata zile nchi tajiri kushinda Kenya kama Nigeria na Egypt, ambaye wanalipa daktari ambaye bado ni mwanafunzi ati shilingi 1,200.
Bila CBA kuwa implemented.
Isaac Famba, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
Thank you, Isaac, for that. Now, questions have emerged over the mysterious disappearance of one Hussein Jarrah, a Pakistani national who has been a Kenyan resident for over a decade. His family, through their lawyer Victor Lando, claim that, of course, they have not been in contact with their kin since his disappearance and are now demanding answers. This as the High Court has ordered the Inspector General of Police to produce Mr. Hussein Jarrah, as George Maringo details.
I'll share those ones with you. But this is the main.
Page by page, counsel for the victim, Victor Lando, peruses through court documents. His latest case involving one Hussein Jarrah, a Pakistan national whose arrest and disappearance has been shrouded with mystery.
So on the 8th of April this year at around 6 p.m. he was abducted by armed elements from the DCI. And they took him around the Nairobi town, and then they took him to ICD police station. So he spent the night there at ICD police station. The next day they took him again around the city, and he spent the night at Jogoo Road police station.
Lando says his client has been a Kenyan resident for 16 years now and is an astute businessman with interests in construction, selling cars and other investments. Jarrah's lawyer avers that his client's disappearance was at the hands of the police.
So on 11th, we knew he was there, so they removed him, those DCI people. They removed him from Jogoo Road police station, and we followed them. Their vehicle took him to Nairobi area police station. And from there we lost the trail. We don't know where he is. We don't know if he's safe, he's alive, or if he's in good health. We have not had access to him.
Almost 1 week and counting, Mr. Hussein Jarrah is yet to be presented before court.
We have not seen him, we have not heard from him. And anyone who's arrested is supposed to be given access to their family, to their friends, to their lawyer, get a phone call to be able to just prepare your defense. So Mr. Jarrah has not been charged in any court. He's not been brought before any court. So that's why we are calling it an abduction. Because in arrest, even murderers, when they're arrested, they're taken to the police station. Then you're told, go to court. But this guy, he's just disappeared. So we are saying it is something we call enforced disappearance.
The lawyer has since obtained orders from court.
On Friday afternoon, we have served the AG. We have served the Inspector General of Police and also the Minister for Interior, or the CS Interior. And the High Court has ordered that he be brought before court as soon as possible. And the IG should also explain why he is detaining someone for a week without being brought to court.
It is also emerging that in January, Jarrah had been allegedly transported out of the country.
He had gone to immigration to check on the status of his work permit. What those guys did, put him on a plane to Dubai with a connecting flight to Karachi, Pakistan. So it was not even a deportation, it was illegal and lawful removal. Okay, so sometime in April, around the 6th, thereabout, he applied, this ETA where you apply online. So he applied to come back and he was authorized. So he came back lawfully, legally, and the Kenyan authorities were fully aware.
Questions linger in this unfolding case, adding the number of incidents of forced disappearance. Will the much needed answers be given? Time will tell. George Maringa, TV47, Nairobi.
Thank you, George, for that. Now, President William Ruto has lashed out at critics, emphasizing the Kenya Kwanza administration will not make populist decisions, but those based on long-term benefits. Ruto's sentiments coming after clarion calls, including from the opposition, who are calling him to make sure that his administration then bows to the demands of the health workers who have been on strike for close to a month now, despite the government's hard stance, maintaining that the health workers' demands are unattainable, as Moigi William details.
Sunday, President William Ruto toured Nyeri, gracing the retirement service of Mount Kenya West ACK Bishop Joseph Kagonda at St. Peter's ACK. The president, taking the podium to address congregants, was quick to remind Kenyans of his style of leadership, maintaining his choice isn't that of populist.
Mimi nataka niwaambie viongozi, you have not been elected to be popular. You have been elected to lead and to serve.
President William Ruto further stating that his administration will not shy away from making tough decisions, adding that past decisions such as removing subsidies on petrol and maize flour, which faced public backlash, have yielded results, with price reduction being recorded.
In leadership and in service, we must always make the correct decisions, not the popular decisions. We must make the correct decisions every time. That's how we are going to take Kenya forward.
We acknowledge we have had a challenging 1.5 years. We have tightened the belt, but it was the only way for us to get our economy to where we are now.
President Ruto's firm stance follows even as Kenyans endure the brunt of the effects of health workers downing tools, with the strike almost clocking a month.
Katika kuongoza na katika kutenda kazi, lazima tuwe na maamuzi. Na maamuzi yengine sio ya kupigiwa makofi.
As the President of the Republic of Kenya, as the Deputy and all other leaders, as head of businesses, heads of corporations, we need the Spirit of God of discernment and clear understanding of how things look like.
A section of leaders drawn from the Kenya Kwanza side have lauded the William Ruto-led government, saying some of the decisions made by the national government have had a significant impact on the common mwananchi.
Mimi nataka nishukuru the policies rais wetu alikuja nazo. Vile tuliingia akasema kama ni subsidy iende kwa mkulima. Kama ni uchumi, we build the base, not the roof. When you build the base, it is sustainable.
Moigi William, TV47.
Elsewhere, an alarm has been raised in Busia County, that is, following the increase to 58% of violence against the girl child. This alarming increase has necessitated non-governmental organizations to kickstart a sensitization campaign in a bid to bring down these worrying figures. This, as Maria Mohammed details.
Recent figures by the Director of Children's Affairs in Busia County has revealed a surge in violence meted on the girl child. According to Patrick Mukolwe, the number of recorded incidences of violence against women has been on the rise, noting Matayos sub-county among the greatly affected area.
When you look at the statistics, we are saying that in Busia, almost 58% of the children are neglected. And neglect is a root cause of every form of abuse, including exposure to sexual exploitation.
At the wake of this, in a bid to curb the rising cases, non-governmental organizations such as Forum for African Women Educationalists has rolled out a campaign to sensitize residents in a move aimed at reducing cases of violence against women.
The numbers keep increasing instead of reducing, and it means we need to increase our energies.
If we're told that the community, the way they are geared and they are supportive with us, we believe that in the near future we are going to curb issues of child pregnancy within this county.
In the sensitization program, stakeholders have vowed to engage all genders, including young men and the elderly.
Kupitia kwa hii project ya Tuseme Club ikikuwa managed by Fawe, imereduce visa vingi vya wanafunzi wetu ambao walikuwa na shika mimba.
Maria Mohammed, TV47.
Opposition leaders led by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka and his DAP counterpart Eugene Wamalwa have alleged that the UDA government is using the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC to frame opposition leaders. Speaking at the Bumini Catholic Church in Mumias East, the leaders reiterated that they will never relent in fulfilling their duty as the opposition to defend the citizen. This comes just a day after former Murang'a Governor Mwangi wa Iria was named among 8 former county officials facing corruption charges involving the misappropriation of 140 million Kenyan shillings in procurement between 2015 and 2016. They urged the government to address concerns facing Kenyans, such as counterfeit fertilizer, doctors' strike, and corruption, instead of targeting the opposition. The Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, in a statement released on Saturday, stated that the 8 suspects are accused of irregularly awarding tenders.
Lakini unatafuta, unapekua na tena kuleta hata aibu kwa nyumba. Unaenda hata kuweka hati, unashika mheshimiwa gavana na mke wake kama yule alijaribu kusumbua Oparanya EACC. We know, Kenyans know wafisadi ni kina nani. So as opposition, we shall remain very strong and shaken.
Wanatuma EACC kwa harass Oparanya, mke wake na watoto wake. Sasa leo tumesikia wanaanza kutafuta ndugu yetu anaitwa Mwangi wa Iria. Ati anaambiwa sijui 2014 sijui kuna procurement mambo gani ya gazeti hakufanya vizuri. Eti wanataka waweke wa Iria ndani. Na hii ni a form of intimidation, harassment of the opposition. That is what they are doing. But the real thieves waliwachiliwa, kesi zao zikaondolewa na wakapewa maofisi. Hao ndio wameingia kwa maofisi kuendelea na wizi na ufisadi. Tunasema shetani afanye nini?
Wakati huu mwangalie mambo kabisa. Mwangalie ni mtu gani mnataka mpikie kura. Hiyo ni kitu ya maana kabisa. Mwangalie kabisa. Ndio kwa sababu sisi tumeungana vile tuko hapa kama Azimio. Baba anaenda kule AU. Na akienda AU tumesema Kalonzo kwa sababu ana experience ya kutosha, amekuwa deputy president, vice president, akushikilie sisi wote tuwe pamoja.
Sports News brought to you by Safaricom Chapadimba.
All right, and we start off from that experience in Kisumu County. Obunga FC and Plateau Queens are the 2024 Safaricom Chapadimba football tournament winners. The host Obunga FC thrashed Rift Valley's Paskalanga, that is 4-2, through penalties at the Mamboleo Stadium, Kisumu. This is after recording a 1-1 draw in regular time. Obunga pocketed about 1 million shillings as a token for their victory, and Paskalanga pocketed 500,000 Kenyan shillings, while Ebwali and Bandari Youth pocketed 250,000 shillings each for reaching the semi-finals. Meanwhile, Nyakach Girls won against Barcelona Ladies after whipping them 4-0. Barcelona Ladies and Wiyeta Girls took second and third place respectively. This was the 4th season for the Safaricom-sponsored tournament. Now, Mount Kenya University Pro-Chancellor, that is Dr. Vincent Gaitho, and Vice-Chancellor Deogracius Jagani led more than 200 lawyers who participated in the amateur golf event dubbed Wakili Golf Tournament at the Machakos Golf Club.
Well done, November. We've got the Vice-Chancellor.
While speaking after completing his round at the Royal Golf Club, Dr. Gaitho stated that the tournament seeks to raise awareness over the Masters program introduced at Mount Kenya University, revealing that the Mount Kenya University is among the best law schools in the region. Different golfers were awarded at the event.
We pride ourselves not only in our commitment to sporting excellence, but also in our dedication to providing innovative educational opportunities, as my dean has indicated. Apart from law, we have all other courses which your people can be able to take at MKU through an online platform. I'm delighted to share with you today about our unique Master of Law program, which is delivered online and is self-paced. This program offers flexibility and accessibility, allowing individuals to pursue advanced legal studies while balancing their professional and personal commitments. With our upcoming intake in September, we look forward to welcoming a new cohort of students eager to embark on this transformative educational journey.
I take this opportunity to thank the Wakilis for selecting to come to this club to celebrate your day, and to thank you very much for sparing time from your very busy works, serving this country, serving your clients. It's sometimes good to go out and play and leave the files to also talk to themselves.
Now, Kabati FC from Kabati, Murang'a County thrashed Simba Parallel FC 3-0 in a match sponsored by Maybets through the Maybets Imekam Through initiative. The match was staged at the Mukerenju Primary School grounds. Kabati FC went home with 10,000 Kenyan shillings, a full jersey set and a ball, while Simba received 5,000 shillings and a full jersey set. Shutterboy, the Director of Projects and Strategy at Maybet, said that the initiative is to help grow and support the grassroots football.
And leo game imekuwa poa. Walikuwa wati opponents, haikuwa game rahisi, ilikuwa game ngumu, but tumejipush kulingana na mali tuko saa hii, tumejisukuma. At least tumepata 3 points, tumepata 3 goals leo. Tumekuwa fiti sana. Alafu Maybet pia tunashukuru sana manze. Tulikuwa tunadai kitu kama hii huku mashinani juu inasaidia kama si ma youth hivi, inatusaidia sana huku kwa hii community.
Kitu ya kwanza kusema about the game, ilikuwa tulikuwa tumejiwekea lazima tupate point 3 because the last weekend we lost an away match. Now we are playing at our home ground. Lazima tungetafuta each and every way to find the back of the net na tupate point 3. Bila kufunga mwezi pata point. About this initiative, ni initiative poa sana. Ukiangalia about kitu na lack hapa chini sana ni sponsorship ya grassroots football, because kuna vijana wengi wako ready kucheza ball at this level na wanahitaji kuinuliwa. So what's lacking is that initiative ya kuja mtu kuwapea labda jersey, balls, hizo training equipments. From there wataanza kupata hope there, someone is seniors. Unajua sasa hivi wakiwa hakuna mtu anakaa mkuu cheki na wako huku chini, bado morale yao inashuka.
Leo iko na challenges mingi, lakini hatuwezi sema opponent wamecarry the day. Congrats kwao. Sisi pia tukirudi mtaa tutarekebisha. And tumeshukuru Maybet sana kwa come through, like tukitoka mtaa tu kujua initiative kama hii itakuwa, but at least tunarudi mtaa na kitu kingine mpya. Mnaweza ona hapa nimevaa jezi ya Maybet. Tunashukuru sana.
Sisi kama Maybet tumeamua tukabla initiative inaitwa Maybet Imekam Through, ambapo tunaenda kwa place kama hapa. Tumekuja Kabati tukaangalia team tuko na needs gani wako nazo, wakatuambia wana jersey, wana ball, doa hapa na pale wakimove, So come through in that aspect, tumewapatia pia hiyo timu Mombasa imetoka hapa pia tumemake sure wajaenda hivyo, wamevaa pia tumewapatia kitu na tukawa promise hatujaanzia hapa tumalizie hapa. It's going to be a country-wide initiative where we are trying to support grassroots football. Yes, so that's why we came up with the initiative ya Maybets come through.
Leave all, of course, that we have in line with news, and we now cross over to the conversation. Remember, the eye is on the question of graft in the country, perhaps narrowing it down to the question of bribery and engaging those ones that are on ground as well. Just to tell us what it feels like, how we become a country of kitu kidogo, in that you have no choice but to perhaps bribe or engage in corrupt activities so that you get to the next point in life, or perhaps you get to achieve what it is that you wish. We have Dr. Kevin Umai, Officer National Integrity Academy, that is EACC. We also have Evans Ochieng Ouru, who's a driver, and we all understand how difficult it can be on the road, especially every time when you have to bribe that policeman to go to the next move. And we also understand that it's important we get the view of those that are legal experts, and therefore Brian Olang, a human rights lawyer, will also be blessing or gracing the set this evening for that very informative conversation. Please don't go anywhere. Allow me to release our sign language interpreter, Catherine Simaloi, and in a bit, cross to the other side of the studio for that talk.